Hey YouTube, Incendar here. Just well, I guess a quick update on Incendar.com. I've been making some progress on developing some things. I took all the comments and suggestions and added some more features, and I'll keep doing that. And again, if you have anything you want to see done better or more stuff added, I'm probably going to add like some horse stuff and more coming soon. But just leave a comment, and I do read them, and I will try to put more stuff into this to make it better. And I've been going through and making sure most of the data is correct too. So let me pull it up. Okay. So there's a previous video I'll link in the description of the first items I went through on this. I have been fixing stuff as people reported it wrong. Subnodes were wrong on node resources. This is where you can find any resource. Just to briefly go over the other ones, I guess. City CP usage is pretty cool. You can find whatever you need, like if you want armor shops. And if you need a level 5 one, shows all the locations. Worker lodging optimizer. Higher the ratio, the better. I did some work on the cooking and recipes, so they're sorted all now by what level is required to make them, and you can do it by recipe or ingredient. So if you use starch, it'll pretty much pull up all these. Processing XP hasn't changed. Alright, so some of these new ones. I did one for the Imperial Cooking and Alchemy. You can actually pick which one you prefer. And then it shows you how much box crate and how many, and then also calculates out the price each. So a couple people found some interesting ones. I'm not going to say meat stew, but that's, you can see how much you're actually selling for the price each. Remember, these crates and boxes proc on top of these numbers, and you get the seals to sell for those statues or whatever for high silver. I might eventually add another column here to show the market price and compare the differences, and maybe even do something that can maybe calculate out profit margins. I'm not sure if that's a great idea for me to do, because if people would be making the ones with the highest profit margins, and we might have issues there with turn-ins. But then again, people could split out and do different stuff. So I'll probably do some more work on that. Keep an eye on that. Of course, alchemy's in here too. Trade distance bonus. These are just the base, the initial zones really. I haven't added further out in Valencia for the bigger trade bonuses, and I'll add more columns to that as I get those numbers. If you have actually all the numbers of all the other cities and want to post it in comments or send it to me, that'd be great. I'm more than happy to add those in. Obviously, the trade bonuses in these further away cities are much higher than these. I will be doing a, I guess, ore, timber, that kind of thing, trade crates and how to transport them and maximize profit on that. I'm just trying to figure out a way to do it without, causing issues with people. But as soon as I get that worked out, I will put a video out for that, and I'll update this too so you can see all the trade bonuses. It was requested for named workers. This might help new players. If you these workers are actually free, I believe. You just need to get amity with them. This shows their stats, node, and where you can find them and what city they'll work in. So that might help some people. Storage optimizer, I'm still working on. I've only got Heidel and Altanova in here. Caltheon's a bit of a pain with how many different areas there are. I'm still most happy with Heidel. You can see how much storage you get per CP in each location. I've always thought Heidel is one of the better ones if you're using CP for storage. Fail stack optimizer, kind of working on that. That's really involved with math, and I don't want to put bad information out, and then especially when there's items that are a billion. And the other problem is, I do feel like Black Desert changes stuff a lot, which gets me to contribution chart. Thanks a lot for sending me this. I can't get the name, remember the name right now. I'm gonna put that in the description too. I want to say about a week ago I did a video on the power leveling, turning these hand-ins in for contribution, and I said that at one time it bugged out. It didn't bug out. What happened was, I guess about a month ago, it actually cost more experience per level for contribution over 300. So when I turned in 15,000 contribution items, I only got like 1 contribution point, versus now when I get 6 or 7. And that wasn't. It didn't bug out. The problem was is Black Desert changes these values. So right now these are correct as far as I know. But keep in mind that Black Desert, like for drops or for a lot of the mechanics in the game, they get changed a lot. So if you're watching this video, 6 months from now, these numbers will probably be different. But I will try to keep the website updated to give the most accurate information. And of course, if anybody sees anything wrong or something off, comment on that and I will fix that so people are getting good information. I really, really like this contribution chart because it really shows the difficulty increases in percentages when you go to each tier. So if you got 100 contribution points, the next level up to 119, you're looking at 800 contribution each. So everything's fine and clear up to about 255. And I knew kind of that was 4 times more difficult once you got to 255 and you went a little higher than that. And you can see at 255 is kind of like a soft cap, 300% jump to 5,000 CP per level. That's pretty huge. And you can see this just gradually gets worse and worse. And then of course over 300, which a lot of people are feeling that, and that starts to hurt. But when I looked at these numbers over 350, I mean, it's kind of depressing. That is 100,000 CP or CP experience per CP. Pretty tough. So I'm really looking into ways to maybe get it up there. I was hoping to get up to 450, but after looking over 400 here, I can see that's not going to be happening, and not in any reasonable time. But this number will probably get changed later in the game with more expansions, like lowered. So if you're getting up to 400, maybe even 350, save the hand-ins in your storage, and then when these numbers get, if and when they get modified again, you can turn them all in. You know what I mean? Because these might get lowered like they have been previously. Like before 300, over 300 was a lot more than this, so that got changed. And I think that's going to happen here too, because that's just pretty ridiculous. I don't know if anyone out there has over 350, leave a comment. I'd like to know how high you got. Obviously, I've been doing the spamming cooking, and that's a pretty slow process, even if you do it a lot. So I'm kind of interested in how people got it. I think someone was over 400. I'm going to try to research that. If you have a link to their video or whatever too, I'd like to look at that, because that's just crazy, right? I mean, just me going through the 315 phase is just a nightmare. But this will help people out, and again, make sure you watch the date here. And if this changes, I'll update it to make sure you've got good information. So I think that pretty much covers everything that's in here. If you see any wrong data or misspellings or whatever, yeah, put in comments. I will fix that, no problem. And if you've got an idea for what to add to this that'll help you or help other people, let me know. If you've got more spreadsheets of your own, I'll be more than happy to integrate them and put them up. If you have a Facebook, Twitter, or a website or anything, and you put a link to Incendar.com, that helps me out too by getting more people to this website and more eyes looking at it. And I'll keep updating and keep doing what I can do. And thanks to everybody for subscribing. And you'll get notifications and new videos I put out. I might set this up to put new videos on the website too. But thanks for watching, and hopefully all this stuff helps you out. And leave a comment if you got anything. Thanks.